When you create student completion rules for a folder of materials that you've created for your students, you are going to notice one little hiccup that I'm going to show you a quick little hack for. So I'm going to go into the folder where I have already applied student completion rules, and if I go over to edit one of these, you're going to notice that the option to set a due date is not available, which can become a problem because then the item is not going to appear in the student's calendar or in their upcoming list of things they need to do. You can see it's grayed out here. And if you rest your cursor on the question mark, it'll give you a little bit more information as to why you can't use it for student completion rules. However, you actually can. You just have to go about it a little bit differently. So I'm going to exit out of this. So I have 3 items in this folder, none of which I can apply a due date to because they are in a student completion rules folder. So the workaround for this is actually to go into your Schoology gradebook for the course, and you can actually use something called bulk edit your gradebook, where you will be able to set a due date for these 3 pieces of material in student completion rules. So once this loads, I'm going to click on these 3 dots over here, which is going to allow me to get into what they call bulk edit. And this is where you can edit multiple assignments, or apply grades to everybody, or make bulk changes instead of having to do one thing at a time. So I'm going to click on these 3 dots over here, and I'm going to click on bulk edit. And this is going to bring me to this page that you're looking at here. Now you'll notice actually the items that don't have due dates actually show up at the top. The way this is organized is items without a due date will show up, and then you'll see due dates in order of when they are due as you go through the line. I happen to make this myself a little bit easier, and I had applied numbers to these so that I know they would show up first. So now that I'm in bulk edit, now I can actually apply a due date to all of these items, and if you want to be specific with time, you can apply that here. So once I have applied those due dates, now I can go back, I can save changes, and now because I have due dates for the student completion rules folder, these items will now show up in the student calendar as well as show up in their list of things that they need to do. Now that the bulk edit changes have been saved, I'm back over onto the home page of my course, and you can see here these are the 3 items that were in my student completion folder and still are, but now there's a due date attached to them, so it will show up and remind the students that they do have to do this. It's not going to allow the students to actually jump out of order. If they click on the links from here, they're still going to have to complete the student completion roles that you designated inside your student completion rule folder.